Hey good people, welcome and welcome back to my channel. So today I will be making a series of videos while I squeeze the juice out of the citrus fruit. I figured I'd be doing something while I record these videos because, if I'm just sitting and talking, I could just get carried away and go on and on and on and on. Now I do need to, I do want to make juice. And so let's get right into it. I like making my own juice. I guess it would be orange juice, but I mean, it's just a group of citrus fruit which consist of grapefruit and oranges. Now, there's a new kid on the block. It's called a Jackson fruit. I've never had this, so I'm just curious to see what it tastes like. And I really don't care because I just, squeeze the juice out of these things and then create one big ass, one of these. So what I wanted to discuss is spiritual concepts that I subscribe to, and that will be the theme of a lot of my content. And I think it would be a good idea for me just to explain the concepts that I subscribe to spiritually so that you can get comfortable with them and decide if my content is for you or not. And also, the whole purpose of this channel is to share lessons learned on my journey that could possibly help somebody else that is going through the same thing. Essentially, I'm creating content I wish I had access to, or I wish there was someone that created or had this information that would have helped me along the way throughout my journey. And so how I'm presenting it is exactly how I would have liked to receive it, by sharing my experience. So I'm not an expert in anything, however, I have experienced things, so a lot of the lessons come from experience. Now, let's get into the spiritual concepts, and I think maybe I should start with an orange because it is smaller as opposed to the other fruit. But I'd like to see what this Jackson fruit is all about, really. Now, I don't have a juicer or a food processor anymore, because you know what you buy in your mother's house, when you leave, it stays in your mother's house. So I'm curious as to what this tastes like. Oh, it smells like marmalade, and I don't like marmalade. Okay, it's like a cross between a lemon, an orange, and grapefruit. Like, it's not crazy, it's not orange sweet. It's got like a touch of lemon to it. Lemon grapefruity. It's got a touch of bitterness to it. So try that. But I'm not blown away, but it is what it is. Okay. Yeah, so if I had a juicer, I would peel I'd peel all this fruit and then just chuck it in there. However, I still feel like this is the best method because you get to put a lot of love in it, from washing the fruit to squeezing it individually. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of love as well. Maybe so. Yes, ideally I like my red wine hot, but if it's open and it doesn't have that screw thing, I'm not going to leave it out, so I keep it in the fridge. And honestly, I drink wine because, like I said, I can't afford to be buying expensive bottles all the time. And an expensive bottle of wine is not like bad, so it's fine. I settle for wine now, but I actually quite like it, so it is what it is. So I subscribe to African spirituality, so I believe in the concept of ancestors, and I feel like if you believe in the concept of Jesus, then it shouldn't be hard to wrap your head around the existence of our ancestors. So that's where I'm going to leave it. I don't like going into this topic because, it's a very sensitive topic for the super Christians that feel like their ancestors are dead, and once they're dead, they are dead. They have no impact or influence over their lives, but they believe in the concept of Jesus. So yeah, so either way, that's how I relate to African spirituality. The same way you would relate to Jesus having died for our sins. He is there with you all the time. Same with my ancestors, they are there with me all the time. Now, there are shows that I like recommending to people that are new to the concept of ancestors and African spirituality. I highly recommend shows like Lozilami and what's the other one? Ubizo, and you'll often find that a particular episode will be relevant to your situation or your issues or whatever it is that you're trying to figure out in terms of your life, in relation to your ancestors, maybe feeling like you're experiencing blockages or you'd like to get in touch with them, whatever. Shows like Rosilami and Ubizo give you practical solutions, man, and genuine answers, because they touch on a lot of things and a lot of issues that may be applicable to you, that can help you sort of have an idea of what could be your problem if you feel like you have spiritual issues there by your ancestry. So watch those just so you can get to understand how ancestors work, or how your ancestors may work, because you might find that your issue might be similar to one that is being discussed in a particular episode. Next spiritual concept, astrology. Yes, I'm a big believer in astrology, and I however have pretty detailed knowledge of astrology, more especially when it comes to self-awareness, understanding your birth chart, just so you can understand yourself. I don't really have it in-depth knowledge to tell you how the planet is going to affect you or whatever. I don't pay attention to that. However, I pay attention to it for myself. It's not information that I would give out or say that now there's, Venus is in retrograde in the sign of whatever, therefore don't know. I won't do that. I do that for myself, but I don't believe I have that much knowledge to know exactly or in depth in order to be sharing or giving instructions or recommendations. However, get your birth chart, get to understand the type of person that you are, get to understand why you are the way that you are, and also get to understand why you are the way that you are when the planets are moving, when the moon is changing, when the sun is changing, and all that stuff. So astrology has helped me understand myself and has helped me tap into just help me tap into my own personal power. And so it is a good start to just full on self-awareness, and especially when you don't know where to start. When you don't know where to start with the whole healing yourself or therapy and all that stuff, at least with astrology you can find out the sort of negative traits of your star signs, and then work on bettering those traits, get to unlearn the negative ones and tap into the strengths of those signs. And it has helped me a lot, and I absolutely love it. It's such a interesting topic, and it's so amazing how we're all just related in one way or another, or how we all show some sort of similarities and all that stuff, especially when we're healed. It is really refreshing to see that you and another Leo, you and another Aries, you and another Taurus, you and another Sagittarius, you guys relate exactly the same or experience the same things around about the same time, in relation to the changes. Not really in relation, because of the changes in the universe. So it's pretty dope. You should check it out. The next concept is your human design, which I am so passionate about, but not passionate enough to know every single detail of it, but passionate enough to advocate for its influence over like changing your life drastically towards moving in the right direction. So the thing that really truly was a game changer for me was knowing my human design, because it just put a lot of my problems to bed. Like it truly lifted a gigantic weight off my shoulder, because then I knew, I then learned how I am supposed to live. And from there, after learning that, I then lived exactly according to that. And man, when I say life, you start living according to your human design, like it is amazing. It is amazing. So those are a lot of the spiritual concepts that I will be touching on, and those will be the ones that are relevant in most of my videos and in a lot of the content that I will be sharing. And lastly, the concept of God, man, like just, I don't know if it's Christianity or what, but like I wouldn't say I'm like Christian, well, I'm not a practicing Christian, get that in. But I believe in parts of the Bible, so I do subscribe to the Bible, and I love the Bible. I use the Bible in my daily life, so that too. A lot of my spiritual teachings will also stem from the Bible, and those other spiritual concepts as well. And that's about it.